Alright, so we're back and hopefully this is recording. Hi. Do not like that it doesn't just have an overlay. I'm trying a new recording software, so you might notice a change in quality. You know, might not. I don't know. But you might also notice that there's a hell of a lot more half-slabbed land around. That's because I had a lot of free time recently to sit and do nothing but tear down buildings because we needed the resources for our next step in the project. And the wooden slabs just ended up everywhere. Also, it's time to harvest potatoes.
Potatoes are good.
Let's see what our yield looks like. Alright, come on, potatoes.
I like how I just was walking into that door expecting it to open for me automatically.
Well, yeah.
Like this is some kind of Star Trek bullshit.
It's a supermarket.
So recently I was reminded that Andrew Robinson, who played Garrick, actually wrote a novel about the life of Garrick.
Yes, I've heard it's extremely good.
Yeah, I actually found an ebook copy and read that, and quite a good book, actually.
Dear God, that was a lot of potato.
Good?
Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stacks of 64 potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, what's the book Rob found? He found a, Voyager book while he was, out at one of...
You know what the sad thing is? The Voyager novels are probably some of the best fiction in that setting.
Yeah. God damn it. I had it just a second ago. Was it, Proud Helios? I have no idea what it's about. I will probably read it at a later date.
But what does the back cover say?
Words, probably. I know it's Kira and Gul Dukat on the cover. That's about all.
Well, that would be Deep Space Nine, not Voyager.
Deep Space Nine. Not... Yeah, whatever.
You're gonna have people kill you now.
No one watches my videos. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, by people, I mean probably me.
Well, we all knew that was going to happen. Let's be honest.
Well, that was a couple things that just fell in.
What happened?
Oh, I'm over at the mob thingy, and a couple things dropped while I was standing here. I just didn't see what it was. It might have been creepers. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I collected an since I was collecting all that cobblestone, the spawner had a long time to sit.
Hmm.
The cobblestone I will go show people in a minute, because we're going to begin conversion of that little tower soon enough into a new drop chamber.
Did we actually, plan that on video last time? I can't remember. I thought we did that after hours.
I think we measured the base after hours because we had to do it while, in, creative mode to actually figure out what the fuck we were doing. And,
well, no, I actually did all the measurements by map. You were flying around because...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because
reasons.
you can math. I was just flying around going, wee.
I can calculator. That's the only claim I will make.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's see how many potato it takes to actually stock this thing, because we got 8 stacks. Lord knows how many that'll actually turn out to be as, bonus potato.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that book written by? Melissa Scott. I'm sure that someone out there is, if, like I said, anyone watched my videos would be, in the comments either praising or damning their work.
Hmm.
Come on. Star Trek is one of those fandoms that I appreciate and I like, and I'm sort of part of it. Okay, we came out of it with net 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks of potato.
That's pretty good. You should cook some of those now.
Yeah. But, it's one of those things of, you either run into the people who are like, I like it, it's cool, it's okay, or the people who are like, let me tell you why, the warp drive could actually work in this essay I wrote. And as part of any fandom, there's always that one group of people that just, worrisome. But at the same time, I appreciate the absolute wacky amount of attention to detail that some people put into this shit.
Have you seen Memory Alpha?
No, I have not.
That's the Star Trek wiki.
And I might have, actually, and just don't remember the name.
Maybe.
I'm bad with rememberation.
Mm-hmm. Point is, it's pretty much the example of what you're talking about.
You know, and that's the other thing I actually have found to be true that, has amused me to a great extent. That, you know, a lot of the time people, you know, make fun of nerds that really like things. You'll never get a girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, you don't understand. There are women out there just as obsessed about this as guys. And they will most definitely find someone, because after a while, the only people that are going to put up with other obsessed Star Trek or Star Wars fans are other obsessed Star Trek and Star Wars fans.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know, it's one of those things. If I remember when I started cosplaying, some people, you're never gonna meet any girls that way. Now it's like there are so many hot girls out there. Like, yeah.
Oh, so Jay, I had my map data the whole time. My map was in underground mode, that's why I couldn't see any of it.
Oh, that would explain it. Oh yeah, and I should.
So everything's fine now, and bloody mother, look at all those slabs.
Uh-huh. I had a lot of free time.
No kidding.
Yeah. So,
no kidding.
Not that anyone would notice, but there was about, like, 2 weeks there XV and I couldn't record, I think. So...
we didn't last week.
I don't know if we did the week.
We didn't last week because No, your birthday was like the week before.
Yeah, my birthday was
last week. You had a personal issue come up, and it was not a good time to record.
Yeah, which I don't mind mentioning. You know, my grandmother died, so...
Personal information, I didn't want to...
I appreciate that, actually.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, so I was not in a very good place for the recording.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, everything there seems to have been mostly taken care of, and, you know, it's as good as it is going to get.
Right.
You know, so, just had one of those, you know, moments where, you know, it's like, well, I feel at the moment emotionally stable. Should I try recording myself for an extended period of time? Probably not.
Well, the benefit with recording versus live streaming...
Yeah.
You always have the option before you post it to go back to it and look and say, no, this shouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Of course, that would also require editing, which I am, of course, well known for.
Well, no, not editing, just, you know, not posting the video.
Yeah.
Different concepts.
True.
Didn't we... Oh, I guess all the arrows would be out in the drop chest.
By the way, almost all of these chests are filled with wood or cobblestone.
That's a lot then, isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chests filled to the brim with cobblestone.
That's a lot, isn't it?
It looks like a lot now. Once we start building the thing, we're going to realize that this took almost 1 full chest of cobblestone to make by itself.
It did, didn't it?
Sure did. So,
yeah.
There's a reason we're not going to be doing all of this on camera.
Yeah, so, like, the plan we have is there is a complicated piece of engineering to make what we want to do work, and we're going to do that as much as we can on camera this session, and then we're probably going to go break down all the villages around us for their cobblestone and go from there.
Uh-huh. And you probably won't see the, you're probably not going to see the half slabs expand any further than this, because this is just ridiculous. However, I have kind of started a conservation effort. So, I may start building little compounds like this around any really neat or unusual houses that I find.
Mm-hmm.
Like little safe houses, in case we have to go out and do shit.
Makes sense.
Like,
as long as we know where they are.
Yeah. And that'll be the benefit, because the half slabs will appear on the screen. But I actually found, like, not far outside our borders, two houses that are actually cool because they're almost identical little mess-ups. They are a house merged with one of the little towers.
Ah.
In different ways, in different positions, and actually a different house, but it's kind of neat that they both fucked up similarly within, like, 6 blocks of each other.
Of course, I leave the compound and ready my bow.
Yeah.
But then I realize, oh right, slabs as far as the eye can see, I'm perfectly safe.
Yeah, I mean, we're actually safe to do whatever the hell we want now. That's why I did it, because we were somehow still getting monsters in the compound, and I don't know how. I think it was them spawning on top of the, things we made.
The streetlights?
The streetlights, so I slabbed most of them, not all of them. So, I'm thinking that should keep them safe. And, alright, so...
I really wish there was a kind of, I wish there was dirt slabs.
Yeah.
Just half dirt blocks. Because that would make this look a lot more natural.
Yeah, and then you could get half grass slabs.
Okay, so, how long did it take you to fence all around the new perimeter?
Okay, let me see. Well, first I had
I think if you would have taken this a little bit farther, you would have almost got back to our old lodgings.
Yes, actually, we are remarkably close in one direction to our old home. But,
Which is good, because I'm going there for a new set of armor instead of wasting our iron making some.
But it probably took me 8 hours.
So, straight through, or is that over several?
Oh, that was one night.
Been there.
Yeah. Where it was like, well, I know I'm not gonna sleep, so...
Well, there was one time I decided to just make a pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was back before pyramids were naturally occurring structures.
Yeah.
So it's not like I was doing something particularly redundant.
Yeah.
But I just decided, I'll make a pyramid, and I went, it sounds modest by the numbers. I did a 30 by 30 perimeter
But
base.
the actual amount of work...
Well, there's that, I flattened desert in that size. I made a flat floor to build the pyramid on, but if you think about 30 by 30 blocks, the amount of volume that takes when you step up a pyramid from that.
Oh no, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I like that there's a single iron golem and a single villager out here. Between us, our current compound, and the old one. There's nothing else. There's a house that a villager can live in that still has a door, and that's it. And what's in this? Any lava left? Nah, I ought to tear that down, but... And here's this tremendous field of food I made that I completely forgot existed.
Well, we did move away from here pretty soon after.
Just coming to check to see what's actually in here still. Not a lot. We did loot this place pretty thoroughly.
Yeah, I took one of the spare suits of armor.
I need...
Because I finally went through the one I had since we started this playthrough.
Yeah, mine I'm on several other
I thought about making an extended set, but I didn't want to use all that iron.
Yeah, we don't have I keep grabbing shoes instead of pants. No, they're really... I really, once we get the iron golem farm going... Oh wow, there's a lot more cobble in here, I'll grab it. There's half a chest worth. But yeah, once we have an iron golem farm going, then it's entirely feasible.
Right, and at some point we should probably play with that idea we were working with, too.
I actually saw someone who built a fully easy-to-use compact iron golem farm. And I think we can manage it, through the magic of all we need is the required number of villagers, and we build a water tank, essentially.
Yeah, but we basically had a golem generator in the neighboring village.
Yeah. It's since stopped working, I think, because of the number of golems around it.
Right, which means we need to put in the golem disposal mechanism we talked about and started to set up last time.
Yeah. We did do some fishing. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I did alter the stronghold kind of severely, so I'll have to go show everyone that that is.
Yes, maybe
And
I'll
there's
come
now
see that
goats
too.
screaming in my ears, which tells me